Good evening, folks. Came cho, khub balo to all the guys. Sat Sri Akal also. Folks, today is a very, very important match. इस IPL 2020 में we have seen one particular trend. कोई टीम प्लेऑफ्स में जाना ही नहीं चाहती है. Mumbai Indians got a chance. Rajasthan Royals said, nah, thoda aur ruk jao. Ben Stokes responding with a century. What a knock that was. That day in Abu Dhabi. Royal Challengers Bangalore ko mil gayi daawat. Bol rahe, nah, some other time. They lost to Chennai Super Kings. Delhi Capitals had a chance against Kolkata Knight Riders. Keh rahe ki, bhai, please, aap pehle aa jaiye. But no, they lost to Kolkata Knight Riders. Today, potentially a big fourth spot is up for grabs, folks. Kolkata Knight Riders versus Kings XI Punjab. Make or break contest for both teams. आज जो team जीतेगी, they may build momentum for the fourth spot. Who knows, even for the third spot, even for the second spot. क्योंकि now, इस आखिरी चरण में top three teams हार रही है. Suddenly there is a dip in momentum. Suddenly people are saying, what's happening? And we are facing with one potential scenario, folks. First time in IPL history. All 8 teams, 10 points. ये बहुत नजदीक आ रहा है. सिर्फ एक ही चीज confirmed है. Only one cheese is confirmed. Chennai Super Kings are officially out. Yesterday's win by Rajasthan Royals has ensured that Chennai Super Kings become the first team to be officially eliminated from the playoffs. Mathematically, miraculously, sorry boss, gates are shut. 2 minutes to go for the toss. I am joined by Shubhayan Chakravarti. Shubhayan, to say it is a massive match for both teams is an understatement, na?
Absolutely. A make or break match, as you said earlier in this live broadcast. Given that KKR's net run rate is not that good, Kings XI Punjab will take up the fourth place if they win today. And if KKR win today, then they will be all equal with Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals, and Royal Challengers Bangalore. So very interesting scenario and very, very exciting matchup in the cards.
Exactly. पहली बार ऐसा हो सकता है that the top 4 teams are level on the same points, only net run rate separates them. This IPL is shaping up to be something unprecedented. I mean, Chennai Super Kings not qualifying for the playoffs for the first time. Whether you may like it or not, it is an unprecedented event. जो golden spoon or silver spoon से ही वाकिफ है, this time potentially they may have to be with the wooden spoon. Adil Ghazi saying hello, Suresh Vishnoi saying mental. क्यों sir, हम सब mental हो रहे हैं. IPL के वजह से we are all going mental because of how close the fight is. How मतलब one slip up can prove to be so costly. आज if Kolkata Knight Riders lose, they may slip to 5th spot. इतने time से they have been in the top 4, they may slip to the 5th spot. So what is the vibe that you're getting, Shubhayan, from the Kolkata Knight Riders team? आज Andre Russell will be in.
I don't think they will risk him. There's still 3 matches to go, and I think they will save him for the later matches. Maybe he can come into the playing 11, but it is highly unlikely given that it was a hamstring strain, and even Andre Russell has pulled out of Lankan Premier League, so it is not a minor injury from that look.
Well, if the injury is serious enough, तो big dent for Kolkata Knight Riders. Jaseem Ahmed is asking, आज किसका मैच है, boss? Yes, I know IPL बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है. Yes, this is the 5th week. आज है Kolkata Knight Riders versus Kings XI Punjab. This match is for the 4th position. आज Kolkata Knight Riders जीतती है, they would have one step closer to the playoffs. If they lose, तो Kings XI Punjab will barge through the door and it will be a massive story of resurgence. एक miracle होगा. The toss is almost about to come, so let us see what happens. Well, it will get, yes, breaking news, folks. Kings XI Punjab have won the toss and chosen to bowl against Kolkata Knight Riders. Good decision, Shubhayan, on this kind of wicket, to bowl?
Sharjah's wicket, I'm not too sure that bowling first is a very good decision. But then the Kings XI Punjab have been chasing quite well, given the form of KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, and even Chris Gayle for that matter. So I think they have backed their instincts, they have backed their form to chase down the total in a smaller Sharjah cricket stadium.
Yes, and just to emphasize on Shumayan's point, Kings XI Punjab in their game against Royal Challengers Bengaluru in Sharjah chased down 170. Thanks to KL Rahul, thanks to Chris Gayle. Although match almost thriller hone wala tha, but Nicholas Pooran managed to hit a six. Kolkata Knight Riders don't have a good record in Sharjah, unfortunately. They lost very badly to Royal Challengers Bangalore and they lost a high scoring game to Delhi Capitals बहुत समय पहले. आज उनका third match है in Sharjah. So, Shumayan, do you think that Kolkata Knight Riders that win against Delhi Capitals is going to boost them, considering that this is a must-win situation?
Yes, yes. The win against Royal Challengers Bangalore, as we discussed in that preview and review, that it was a special win. It was a special win for KKR given the loss they had suffered against RCB in their early match. So coming back to the form, Sunil Narayan playing well, Nitish Rana also slamming a great half century, and the bowlers Pat Cummins in the wicket. So I think it will boost the morale of the camp, and hopefully they will use it today.
आकाश यादव समाजवादी बोल रहे हिंदी प्लीज. सर हम दोनों हिंदी और अंग्रेजी दोनों में बोलेंगे. सारे ऑडियंसेस जुड़ रहे हैं हमारे साथ, तो अभी जो जुड़ रहे हैं हम उनको ये बताना चाहते हैं कि किंग्स 11 पंजाब ने टॉस जीतकर गेंदबाजी का फैसला लिया है. एंड जो हम टीम शीट को देख रहे हैं, किंग्स 11 पंजाब में देयर आर नो चेंजेस, कोई चेंजेस नहीं है अपेरेंटली. सो ग्लेन मैक्सवेल स्टिल गेट्स अ चांस, अभी भी उनको चांस मिल रही है. And we are waiting the Kolkata Knight Riders team sheet. देखते हैं उसमें क्या
no
होता है.
Mayank Agarwal today.
Oh yes, no Mayank Agarwal. जी हाँ, Mayank Agarwal is still unfit from that leg injury. उनको एक पैर में चोट लगी थी in 2 games back. So yes, आज भी उनको and ऑस्ट्रेलिया टूर की भी सिलेक्शन होने वाली है. So it is very important that Mayank Agarwal जितना टाइम ले सके for being fully fit वो ले. But Kings 11 Punjab, what a story they are becoming, na Shubhayan? 1 win out of 7 in the first half of IPL, and now 4 consecutive wins, and that too 3 against top 3 teams. I mean, are we seeing a different Kings 11 Punjab? Was that a different Kings 11 Punjab side? जो हम देख रहे हैं in the first half. This is a different Kings 11 Punjab team.
Earlier in the tournament, they lost some very close games which they should have ideally won. So those games didn't go in their favor, but then again they have turned the tide in the second half of the tournament. They have lost a couple of games by a big margin, but any team, every team have lost matches in this tournament. But the close games, which we often talk about, didn't go in their favor, and that is why they are struggling a bit so far in this tournament. Otherwise, they easily could have been the top 2 sides in this
Exactly.
IPL.
कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स की भी टीम शीट आ गई है. नो चेंजेस इन द कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स टीम एज वेल. सो दोनों किंग्स 11 पंजाब एंड कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स हैव नो चेंजेस फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस गेम. अच्छी बात है, दे आर मेंटेनिंग विनिंग टीम फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस गेम. बट if Kings 11 Punjab lose and they are out of the playoff race, they will be ruining that super over loss to Delhi Capitals. They'll be ruining that loss to Kolkata Knight Riders. Remember, ये भी एक grudge match है. सुनील नारायण ने कैसे भी करके 14 रन डिफेंड किया था in that last game. सिर्फ 1 या 2 इंच की बात थी. Maxwell could have hit the first 6 of his IPL 2020 tournament and Kings 11 पंजाब एक और सुपर ओवर में चले जाता. बट ये ग्लेन मैक्सवेल का कनंड्रम शुभा, एंड आई एम जस्ट नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. रेप्यूटेशन है एज द बिग शो, 6 हिटिंग मतलब एफर्टलेस 6 हिटर है. 70 plus balls, he hasn't hit a single 6. Ben Stokes ने तो पिछले मैच में he broke the ring, 60 बॉल बाद he hit 3 sixes, scored a century. But what has happened to Glenn Maxwell? क्या हो गया उसको?
यही तो सबसे बड़ी सरप्राइजिंग बात है. हम लोग बात करते हैं जब भी ग्लेन मैक्सवेल की, तो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि यूएई में उनका रिकॉर्ड इतना अच्छा है. बट दिस सीजन इट हैजंट क्लिक फॉर ग्लेन मैक्सवेल द बैट्समैन, एंड दैट इज व्हाई किंग्स 11 पंजाब हैज स्टार्टेड टू यूज हिम एज अ bowler now. So very interesting situation. Obviously, he can play he can win matches single-handedly for any team he plays for. And hopefully, Kings XI Punjab will be hoping for the best of Glenn Maxwell in this match, in this do or die match for them.
किंग्स 11 पंजाब और कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स की बहुत अजीब दुविधा है फोक्स. पैट कमिंस जो है ब्रिलियंट बॉलर, अब बैट्समैन बन चुके हैं. ही हैज द बेस्ट स्ट्राइक रेट अमंग ऑल कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स बैट्समैन. 140 के पास अगर कोई जा रहा है. अभी सुनील नारायण वुड हैव ऑब्वियसली टॉप द चार्ट्स नाउ, बट बिफोर द दिल्ली कैपिटल्स गेम 140 के स्ट्राइक रेट वाला पास जो है इट वाज पैट कमिंस. एंड ग्लेन मैक्सवेल की हालत देखिए, थे बिग हिटिंग बैट्समैन लेकिन अब बन गए बॉलर. ये है आईपीएल का चक्रव्यूह फोक्स. ये है आईपीएल का गूगली. जो बैट्समैन बॉलर है वो बॉलर बैट्समैन भी है. कुछ भी हो सकता है. दिस इज द माया जाल दैट वी आर ऑल सीइंग ऑफ आईपीएल 2020. सो शिवान, लुकिंग एट शारजा, अभी पहले तो चिन्नास्वामी स्टेडियम जैसा ही था. सिक्सेस गैलोर, बॉलर्स को कोई मौका ही नहीं था. एफर्टलेस शॉट, टॉपेज भी सिक्स लगता था. बट शारजा का विकेट स्लो हो गया. इट हैज बिकम अ स्लो टर्नर. सो ऑन एडवांटेज बॉलिंग अगर दोनों साइड्स का देखेंगे, विच साइड होल्ड्स द एज?
Very interesting question. I think Kings XI Punjab के पास भी they have some good spinners. Kolkata Knight Riders have used Varun Chakravarti very cleverly. Sunil Narayan has obviously bowled well. He is not an easy bowler to hit from the word go. But अगर आप दोनों टीम के कंपेयर करें और उनके पेस बॉलिंग अटैक को भी देखें तो आई थिंक किंग्स 11 पंजाब हैव अ स्लाइट एज. अर्शदीप सिंह उनको थोड़ा सा वेरिएशंस देते हैं डीप डाउन द इनिंग्स. उनके पास अगर जिमी निशम खेलते हैं तो जिमी निशम के पास भी है. क्रिस जॉर्डन, अगर ऑब्वियसली ही इज प्लेइंग टुडे, so Chris Jordan is a T20 specialist, so you can never rule him out. But Kolkata Knight Riders surprisingly haven't picked up wickets which they need. So वो consistency अगर bowling में नहीं ला पाएंगे तो I think they will struggle today.
Exactly. So yes, वरुण चक्रवर्ती पिछले मैच में 5 विकेट्स. How important will he be in this match?
Very important, very important. Obviously, it won't be as easy as it was in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, given the shorter boundaries in Sharjah. But then that is where the spinners, the bowlers have to use their brain, plan the batsman out as we often talk about. So Varun Chakravarti का जो अभी mental strength है, that will come into the test tonight against Kings XI Punjab, especially if he bowls against Chris Gayle and power players like Nicholas Puran.
Exactly. So before we wind up this live broadcast, Shubhayan, predictions. I mean, now that Kolkata Knight Riders are going to bowl first, आपको क्या लग रहा है? What should be the mode of operation for Kings XI Punjab and Kolkata? What should be the score which Kolkata Knight Riders can defend against this Kings XI Punjab batting, which has got KL Rahul, which has got Chris Gayle?
अगर आप किंग्स 11 पंजाब के बैटिंग के साथ कंपेयर करके उनका स्कोर पूछेंगे तो आई विल से एनीथिंग बिलो 170 इन शारजा, given the power of Kings XI Punjab, will be a bit disappointing. Anything above 170, I think they will be a bit confident about defending it. But I have a very bad feeling that we might see a gale storm in Sharjah today. After we often spoke about desert storm, but I think it will be a great gale storm day today in Sharjah.
Exactly. Chris Gayle always comes to the party against Kolkata Knight Riders. हमेशा अगर आप इतिहास खोल दोगे of IPL, Chris Gayle has always hurt Kolkata Knight Riders. But it is a huge high stakes game. Kings XI Punjab, remember folks, अगर आज Kings XI Punjab जीतती है, they will go to the 4th spot. If Kolkata Knight Riders win, the top 4 teams के पास 14 points होंगे. And the next game that they play, any team that they play will enter the playoffs. Kal Delhi Capitals square off against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Very important game for Sunrisers Hyderabad, especially because if they lose that, then they are all but out of the playoff race, because some teams will get to 16 points and some will get to 14. So Sunrisers Hyderabad के लिए they have to hope कि आज कोलकाता नाइट राइडर्स हारे, तब दे हैव अ चांस. लेकिन परसों का जो गेम है, परसों बॉस, द प्लेऑफ mystery will be sorted. Mumbai Indians versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. सिंपल बात है, जो जीतेगा वो तो जाएगा ही जाएगा in the playoff. We'll potentially have our first team, folks, only on the 28th. And ये एक महीना 9 दिन, 40 days later, we will have our first IPL playoff team. That shows इतना intense रहा है ये IPL. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us. Thank you so much for all your comments. Thank you so much, Shubhayan, for your insights. Join us tomorrow for this IPL 2020 broadcast. कल एक बहुत important game है. परसों is obviously a blockbuster game. Rohit Sharma versus Virat Kohli, Mumbai Indians versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. कितना बड़ा blockbuster है, folks. Last time इन्होंने खेला था, 200 chase कर रहे थे, tie हो गया. And we saw the brilliance of Jasprit Bumrah and Navdeep Saini. So join us tomorrow, folks. Delhi Capitals versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. आज Kings XI Punjab हो जाए. Kings XI धूम पंजाबी या Corbo, Lorbo, Jitbo creates a lot of breathing space. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.